Hello and welcome to Module 3 of Scale School, the Pilothouse proven method for media buying. We're here with the lead of our Pilothouse media buying team to talk a little bit about what people will take away from this module. So why is your module so important to the Scale School system?
It really makes up the foundation of the framework for all of the key components you're going to be working on to focus in the right direction to really get those results that you're looking for. So what it does is all of those questions you have about, why does someone want to buy my product or purchase my service? Why does someone really want to take part in this movement that we're building? This framework looks to fit all of that in and set you on the right path to look to explore that profitably and do it in a way that makes sense for your business, no matter what size your business is.
Very cool. And what will students who take this module learn with Module 3?
Yeah, they're going to learn the ins and outs of media buying from our methods and our systems that we've now spent millions and millions of dollars through profitably, worked with brands at different stages of growth with, and really look to take everything that much further in the most efficient way possible. So they're going to learn a lot of technical stuff. They're going to learn a lot of elements too that'll help you ask again those questions that come up. Why am I moving in this direction? Oh, if I want to, say I'm an established brand and I'm concerned about my repeat customer rate, how do I potentially broaden it out and look to reach more customers? Am I a new brand and do I have certain elements I'm looking for as well? Like, how do I get started? How do I do that in a way that makes sense and test at the right cadence? Those questions are going to be answered, and it will be giving you a framework where you can really fit all these processes in and apply it accordingly.
Nice. How did the Pilothouse proven method come into existence, essentially?
Yeah, so it's been a long time getting there. What's really cool is you're getting access to a method that we've spent years building and fleshing out and refining, and you're gonna get access to a lot of resources that really condense that all down in a way that's digestible and really tangible. It came into play from our experience in a variety of verticals, working with different brands, our affiliate background combined with our branded background, and really our focus on making sure every dollar we spend, we're getting much more back from that, and we're moving in a path to get to where we want to be with that, and then scaling from there and looking at all the different elements like timing, and I could go on forever, knowing the nuances of e-com and other verticals as well, where you want to scale. But at the end of the day, you're getting our expertise and spent managing millions of dollars of ad spend profitably in a way that's really focused on taking businesses to the next level in an efficient manner.
Nice. You mentioned this earlier, but let's just go over it again. Who does this system work for? Is it only for established brands, only for existing brands? Who does this work for?
Yeah, so it really works for anyone. Whether your brand is brand new, you're just starting out, you've got a really small specified amount of ad budget and you're looking, hey, where's the best place for me to start? How can I be confident in spending this money and seeing that return come back and knowing I'm going down the right path and looking at the data correctly? It's great for people in that position. It's also great if you're at another stage of growth, whether that be, you're seeing some success and you want to see what you can do to take it to the next level. You're hitting a period where, okay, we're at this stage, we want to grow a lot faster, or we want to grow and really cover our bases and make sure we're doing everything we can and doing it focused. Great for you as well. We use this method with new brands as well as our biggest brands. So there really is a good fit with everyone, and what you'll be learning is a lot of different methods and different ways of thinking about each module so that you can apply it in the best fit for your brand.
So what is the Pilothouse proven method for media buying at a high level?
Yeah, so the Pilothouse proven method for media buying is basically our step-by-step approach, so you can scientifically explore each of the main components you're going to want to focus on in really communicating your brand's value to the customer. So that's the high-level explanation. To kind of break it down further and what you'll be learning in this course, we go through step by step and look at each component. So I'm going to walk you through how we approach each step with copy testing, with headline testing, creative testing, and then how to work those into audiences from there, and then apply all of that for your super ads, as you could call them, taking all of those top elements in those top audiences and scale from there.
I think that's a great point, and I think a lot of people test, but they don't always know how to test things in sequence and truly scientifically so that you can really, as you say, put together these super ads, these super audiences that you need in order to really hit those high levels of scale.
Totally, and what we find when you go through this method, it becomes so much easier to know exactly kind of what key points are communicating that value to your customer base, and then go from there and iterate so much faster as you go, and basically create a snowball effect as the end goal there.
Nice. And then when it comes to data and analytics, what are people going to be getting out of this module specifically?
Yeah, so I'm going to walk you through everything we're looking at within Ads Manager, and basically how to, in a lot of ways, ask the right questions and tie those pieces together. So I'll be showing you our perspective on what we're looking at, what we're looking for, where we're kind of covering the different pieces together, and then applying that to our strategy going forward. So I'm a huge data guy. It's one of my favorite things. So I'm excited to have the chance to walk you through our methodology.
They call you the data king, I've heard.
Yeah, it's I come from the affiliate space too, and where I was in spreadsheets all the time, and there's a lot of background there. So I've got a love of numbers, and yeah, I love applying it. It's so critical to applying for success.
Are there any other pain points you can think of that this module specifically addresses for media buyers who are looking to join Scale School?
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand with data. There's just so many variables to cover in Ads Manager. You know, there's so many directions you can go. There's so many things to look at. So I think really one of the biggest pain points it's gonna work to cover is just being able to know where to look, what to look, where really to focus your energy for those best results, and really focus your time so that you're trying to get the best investment back. Because really at the end of the day, that's what our goal is with each brand. And so we're gonna walk you through each element, and we'll really focus on the key questions and the key things. And part of that goal too is once you've gone through that and you're familiar with that and you're seeing why we're asking these things, why we're looking at things this way, you'll start to build your own framework that fits into what you're learning for relative to your brand and how all of that fits together so that you're essentially a super media buyer as well at the end of it.
Well, that's great. And when people finish it, how will students feel once they've taken this class, once they've done the actionable items that you're asking people to do after the fact? How will people actually feel about media buying after they've taken this module?
Yeah, after you've gone through this, and I can speak from my experience learning media buying and going through it myself, you'll feel energized when you're looking at Ads Manager every day. You'll be fired up about the next angle to attack, the next move you can make, the next direction you can go to see those numbers appear in your store that you want to see. That's really what the goal is and where we want to help you get to.
What are some of the success stories that we can point to where we've used this Pilothouse proven method to scale some of our clients?
Yeah, so we've used it for a variety of brands of different starting points, really. So a good example is there's one brand we work with where they had a well-established brand, but they hadn't really locked in all of the components they needed to take it further and scale and really leverage a lot of the elements, angles like USPs and details like that. So they were pretty small scale, and then we were able to, with this method, really fine-tune all that messaging, build an entire ecosystem of messaging, and take them to over $1 million a month in spend. Wow. And profitably too. And then there are other cases too where there are brands that were in a tough spot, and we really looked to right the ship and take them to where they wanted to be, understanding kind of their the overall elements like inventory considerations and all those things to really bring them into a really strong state of profitability. And even though they may have remained at lower volume, given kind of the brand needs, a good example there is one where we did this both on the ad side and then a little bit on the post-click side too with some of our methods to help take them and increase their monthly recurring revenue by over 50% and scale them profitably as well, looking at a lot of those factors. So yeah, it's exciting. It really does fit for any size brand.
Excellent. A lot of marketers right now are really concerned about iOS 14.5, the loss of data that we're all experiencing. I just wanted to ask quickly if you had any thoughts on how this module specifically kind of can help people weather the storm when it comes to what we're experiencing with iOS.
Totally, yeah. So I think there's multiple sides to this. What you're really going to get is a strong framework for interpreting the data you're seeing and then really aligning it with your goals. So when it comes down to it, iOS has thrown a wrench in certain data practices. We want to help you really get comfortable with what you're looking at and then know how to approach it in a way that fits with your targets and that you can be confident in placing those ad dollars like we've adapted to. So there's that side of things there for sure, and then really focusing on the principles as well that are so important to scaling efficiently. So just helping refine that too, so that you're as strong as possible going into the crazy waves in the sea that is sometimes not at rest in the iOS world. So
That's a very nice way of putting it. The sea that is not at rest often. I think we're all experiencing that as marketers. Thanks very much.
no worries, happy to help. The Pilothouse proven method teaches users how to optimize every single thing about their funnel, from ad copy, headline, creative, down to the audience, so that by the time you've gone through each of these elements and tested it in the ways that we do to maintain efficiency and do it profitably, you will have all the components needed to basically create super ads and super audiences. And ultimately, you're going to have a really strong framework from this course that shows you how to approach media buying in the right way so that you can grow your brand the way you want to.